Okay, so we just learned all those cool and interesting things about snowflakes. So today we are going to be creating a snowflake of our own. Now, we are going to be creating a snowflake that looks like a dendrite, and we learned about that in the video. The dendrite was the pretty typical, and it's the nice, and it's got the nice pretty snowflake that's got the 6 different sides. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today, this is just an example of what our snowflake can look like, because we are going to be doing a roll and draw. So let's zoom in and see what our options are for our roll and draw. Let's see if I can make this a little bit clearer so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, awesome. So we are going to be doing a roll and draw. So I've got my little die, a little 6-sided die. Okay, so we have 6 different options, and we're going to roll 4 times. We've got the center, the shape 1, the shape 2, and the tip. Okay, so let's look at the snowflake example so we can see what this means. Okay, so let's go back to our example. Okay, so we've got our center, and then we've got shape 1, shape 2, and then the tip. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different parts. Now, each one of these 6 sides, we have to draw the same thing. Okay, so let me get my sheet of paper and we are going to get started. So you guys have your sheet of paper. I've got mine. Your paper needs to be going long landscape. Long landscape. And I know it's kind of hard to see our roll and draw, but I will be drawing it for you on our example. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see our paper. Yeah, that's good. And then you can kind of see what I'm drawing. Okay, so we have our paper, it's going long. We have our roll and draw sheet, and I've got the little die. So let's get started. Roll number 1, let's see what the center is going to look like. We got number 2. Okay, number 2. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is get your pencil, and we are going to draw a line straight down. Now, I don't want to go all the way up to the very, very top, because if I go up to the very, very top, I don't have any room for my shapes and the tip. So it's going to be right here in the middle. So look at what I'm doing. I'm going to draw just right here. Just one little line right here in the middle. And now I'm going to make an X. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to draw a diagonal line over to here. Okay. So right now it looks like a really crooked X, but we're going to add another diagonal line right here. Now, do these have to look absolutely perfect? No. Remember, ish drawings, and we also learned that snowflakes are all unique and different. So everyone's snowflake should look different. Okay? So now I'm going to start down here, and I'm going to draw straight through the middle and over here. Okay? So I've got an X with a straight line right down the middle. Okay, so now to do the center, to make it look like this shape, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start right here in this little wedge, and I'm going to make a dot. Then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to make another dot. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to make another dot. So that's 1, 2, 3. Come down here. There's my 4th dot. One more over here makes 5. And one more right here in the middle makes 6. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. Okay, so now that you have your dots, here's what we're going to do next, okay? Pick one dot. Doesn't matter which one, because we're going to do the same thing to every dot. I'm going to draw an upside down V. Watch. Start at my dot, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line down, and a diagonal line down. So you see how I drew an upside down V? And now when I look, can you see the diamond shape that I drew? It ended up being a diamond. Okay, so I started at my dot and I drew 2 diagonal lines down, upside down V. Okay, now from the end of my upside down V here, I'm going to draw up to that dot. Then I'm going to draw back down, upside down V, and now I've got a diamond or a rhombus shape here. And see how this kind of looks like a capital letter M? See the capital letter M right there? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist my paper, just twisting my paper, so now my diamonds are off here to the side. So I'm going to start here at the end of this upside down V and draw up to my dot. Draw up to my dot. And then I draw back down to the other side. Upside down V. And then I've got the diamond or rhombus shape. And again, can you see how it looks like a capital letter M here? And I'm just going to keep twisting my paper all the way around. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to find the end of the upside down V I just did and draw up towards the dot. Then I go from the dot back down to the line. Mix the upside down V and the diamond. Okay, twist again. Again from the end of the one I just drew, back up to the dot. Then from the dot down to my line. Twist one more time, and I've got one more to do, but watch very carefully how I do this one, okay? Because this is my very last one. So my dot has to connect to both of these, okay? So I'm going to start at this one, and I'm going to draw up to the dot. Then I'm going to go over to this one, and I'm going to go up to the dot. So now when I flip it around, back to where it was, I've got that star shape in the middle. Pretty star shape in the middle. And now I'm ready to add the ends of my snowflake. So take another couple seconds and finish this shape, finish the center. And remember, if it doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay, because mine doesn't look exactly like the example. And that's okay, because every snowflake is unique. They're all different. So none of them have to look exactly the same. These are just some suggestions on how to draw them. Okay, a couple more seconds and then we are going to move on to our second roll. Okay, so I'm going to get my dice and we are ready for the second roll. Okay, and I rolled a 3. Okay, rolled a 3. Okay, so this one is going to be this V. Okay, so watch how I do this. This is going to be kind of simple, but you got to watch. Okay, so I'm going to start on one of my straight lines that's pointing out, and I'm going to draw the letter V. So now, do you see how I kind of made the capital letter Y here? Okay, now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to come up just a little bit and make a dot. Right there from the middle of my V, I come up just a little bit, and I'm going to connect that dot to the right side. I'm going to connect that dot to the left side. Okay, then I'm going to twist my paper. So now I'm looking at this line and I have to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start with the letter V. Start with a V. Come up just a little bit and make a dot. Then from that dot, I'm going to connect to the right, and I'm going to connect to the left. And it doesn't have to look perfect. Mine doesn't look perfect. It's okay. And then I'm going to twist my paper again. So now I'm looking at this line. Letter V. Little dot. Connect my dot to the right. Connect my dot to the left. Same steps. I've got 3 more to do. So I'm going to find my next line. Make a V. Make a dot. Connect my dot to the right. Connect my dot to the left. Two more. Twist my paper again. This line, make a V. Make a dot. Connect my dot to the right. Connect my dot to the left. And then I've got one more. One more. Make a V. Make a dot. Connect to the right. Connect to the left. And then I can twist it back around and I'm back where I started. Right back where I started. So finish up this section, and then I'm going to show you how to do the next one. We'll roll our little dice again and see what shape we're going to get next time. Okay, let's roll the dice and see what our next shape's going to look like. We got number 2. Number 2. So we got to go over here to our third roll. We're going to go down to number 2, okay? Now this one also looks like a V, but the ends have little circles on them. So I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? So I'm going to find shape 1 that I did, and I'm going to come up above it, and I'm going to draw another letter V. And then I'm going to come above that, and I'm going to draw another letter V. So see how I've got 2 letter V's? And then I'm going to connect the ends with a circle. Just like that. Connect the ends with a circle. I'm going to twist my paper. I'm going to show you again. So if you didn't get it that time, watch me again. I'm going to start with a letter V. Then I'm going to draw another letter V. And then I'm going to connect the 2 lines with a little circle. Twist again. Start with a letter V. Another letter V. Connect the ends with a circle. Okay, I've done 3. I've got 3 more to do. I'm going to twist my paper again. Start with a V. Put another V on top. And connect with a circle. Okay, twist my paper again. Start with a V. Make another V on top. And connect with a circle. Okay, last one. Same steps. Start with a V. Draw another V. And connect with a circle. And then I twist my paper one more time and I'm back right where I started. So go ahead and finish your second shape. And then we've got one more thing to do. And we will be done drawing our snowflake, but not done coloring it yet. Okay, last roll. Let's see what it's going to be. we got number 3. Okay, so number 3, so we got to look at our last roll. And number 3 is this shape, again, with a circle on top. So we already know how to do this shape, so we just got to follow those same steps again. So watch, and I'm going to show you. I start with a V, put a little dot right above it, connect to the right, connect to the left, and then I've got one more step. I'm going to draw a circle at the very end. Okay, twist my paper again. I start with a V, add a dot, connect to the right, connect to the left, and then put a circle right above it. Then I'm going to twist again. Start with a V, make a little dot right in the middle, connect to the right, connect to the left, and add a circle. Twist again. Start with a V, add a little dot, connect to the right, connect to the left, add a circle. Twist it one more time. Start with the V, add a dot, connect to the right, connect to the left, add a circle. One more, and we are done with our snowflake. One more. I twist my paper one more time. Start with a V, add a dot, connect to the right, connect to the left, and add a circle. And then I can twist my paper back to where it was. And now I have my snowflake. I've got my snowflake. But we're not done yet, because now it's time to color. So finish drawing, and the only color we're going to need today is blue. So you can go ahead and get your blue marker, and you can get your blue crayon, because that's all we need today is blue. Blue marker, blue crayon. So I'm going to give you guys just a little bit longer to finish drawing, and then we will start coloring. Okay, we're going to start with our marker, and we're going to do just like we always do. We are going to start tracing over all of our pencil lines. So we've got to trace all those lines. I'm just going to redraw my entire snowflake from the beginning, tracing over it with my marker. Now I'm not coloring in with my marker, I'm just tracing my pencil lines. Now to make it easier on myself, I'm going to go ahead and do all the different shapes at once. That way I'm not constantly twisting my paper around. Now if your shapes are kind of little and they get colored in with your marker, that's fine. But we're going to try to trace the whole thing with a marker, and then we can color it in with our crayon. I'm just twisting and doing all of these shapes, outlining with my marker. You guys, if you're going a little bit slower than me, that's fine. If you're going a little bit faster than me, that's fine, because as soon as you finish tracing all of your pencil lines with your marker, you're going to get your crayon out and you're going to color it all in. So once you finish with your marker, always snap that cap, put your marker up, get your crayon, and you're just going to color it in. Remember, we color neatly, we color lightly, we stay in the lines, and we fill up the whole space. And once I'm done, I have a nice, pretty snowflake. The dendrite snowflake with its 6 sides. So finish coloring, and when you're done, put everything back in your bag, and I will come around and get them. And I hope you guys had fun learning all those cool things about snowflakes and learning how to draw a snowflake. And until next time.